Have a meeting to order at 5:30. February 4th, and roll call on Sue.
Ashlyn,
Nicole Adriff.
Jessica Bonniwell.
Approval of agenda. Any,
We may need to reschedule some of these things since we're kind of short this month.
Yes.
I would say 2021 appointments, Sylvia requested that we wait until she's able to attend.
yes.
That sounds fair to me.
Yep.
Obviously.
And with Katie being out too,
And-
we'll
yes.
have to hold off on that, yep. I think the rest of it is okay, we can at least touch on these things.
And
I have a
then, well,
motion
obviously we
to-
can't do oath of office for Katie either.
Oh, right, yep, and oath of office will be stricken and moved to the next meeting. Okay. Do I have an approval of the agenda with the adjustments?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the adjustments.
Nope, you can't.
You don't get to vote this
sorry.
time. Oh, it's
No.
okay. But I'll make a motion
All
to
right.
approve the agenda
Look at me
with
go.
the amendments.
I'll second.
And obviously,
No, it should be fine.
Approval of the November 5th meeting minutes?
it was back a long time ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't worry, I checked to make sure my name was spelled correctly throughout. Very happy.
It is.
Sorry, I'm never gonna let you let that
I
lie down.
know. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 5th, 2020?
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I second.
Katie's not here to do oath of office. Unless she wants to do it, can she do it by phone?
No.
Look at that, guys. We're almost halfway done.
All right. All right, so that will wait till next meeting. Old business, and we're gonna wait on 2021 events.
Can we have some? Miss Council Member?
Yeah, potentially we
What's that?
can have some events, yep.
Everything's still up in the air with events, so it's like, I'm not the, you know what I mean?
The
Person,
thing,
it's all about emergency management and how safe it is.
yep, so, and also the thing about the events that we wanna touch on going forward is, we would ask that we can do some planning during the meeting, as far as broad things, and then approving any money that's gonna be going to that. But then detailed planning with the people who are gonna be involved with the specific event will have to happen after their adjournment or in their own time.
So can we still use this area and just do it
Yes.
afterward? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay. Cool. But yes, we will talk about the egg hunt later on the agenda. But yes, as far as the events are concerned, like Nikki said, we're just gonna have to kind of go with whatever's safe and recommended by emergency management at the time, especially if we're planning to use the community center or things like that.
Great.
I do just want to say something about a lot of the other surrounding towns have still done a lot of things that we have not been.
They've been doing some outdoor activities and different things.
And we can always move our egg hunts and stuff outdoors. They don't have to be indoors.
And
And most of these events are outdoor events. I think
Yep.
the egg hunt one is the only one that's even remotely indoors. So
Except for, yeah, but the breakfast with Santa, but that is not for a long time.
yeah, that's not even
Not even on our radar yet.
Yeah.
so.
no. But
All right.
I don't
so,
see why we can't be doing some outdoor stuff.
Ice rink update.
We don't have one.
The ice rink update, yeah, they are working on it. The boards are not gonna be put up this year because now they can't with all the snow and stuff. They are trying to flood it. The problem is they're pouring 50 to 60 degree water onto the ground and the ground is absorbing it. So we're having a hard time getting the ice to stay ice.
They should have left the snow.
This weekend should work.
They are continuing to work on it, and especially now that we're gonna be colder for a few days here, we're hoping to maybe get some water down there.
Yeah.
In hindsight, they definitely should have left some of that snow on it. I went and checked it out a couple days ago. It's
Yeah,
dirt.
yeah.
The ground is warmer than the snow.
Yeah, hopefully we can get all that resolved and at least by next season have all the boards up and have everything ready to go, so we can have a nice season.
And they don't have
Great.
lights.
They will have lights.
Oh, I mean like right as of now, we do
Oh,
not have
yeah,
lights.
yeah, that's still in progress as well, so.
You know, Wayne's gotta get out there with a candle. He said, he promised.
Will you hold him to that?
I don't think I have any power over him. Nicole, that's your job.
I can hold him to that, I suppose.
So I suppose I hear that's your job now.
Yes. Okay.
All right, Fish Sunflower Fields.
Sylvia has been trying to contact them, again, they haven't been contacting us back. I'm thinking that we don't have a big enough space to make it worth it for them, so, we can continue to try if you guys want to do that, otherwise,
Did he come out and look
he never
at all?
came out.
He didn't even come and look.
Maybe it was something that they weren't even really considering.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, and we can't get a hold of them, so.
I'm indifferent about it. I don't
Okay.
care one way or the other.
Well, we can always revisit that,
If they
when we
wanna
get
do
closer
it-
to spring and see if they're interested still.
If they wanna come on and do it, it'd be
We
a nice
can set
asset to have, but.
Back on the
But
agenda
I think
later.
they want a larger area, and the council doesn't wanna do all of the regional park or anything, in Sunflowers, so
Sure.
it's kind of a
Yeah, 'cause-
limited space.
I can't remember, what space do they actually like require? Isn't there like a minimum space?
I believe there's a minimum space, and I'm not sure exactly what that is, but yeah, I believe they have a minimum, number of acres or whatever it is that they wanna plant on to make it worth it for them.
And how many acres do we have available for them? Do you know?
I don't even remember what.
The regional park, we just talked about it. I'll have to look into that.
Okay. Second trail plan update.
So we kind of talked about this last year, and a lot of our meetings were kind of canceled because of COVID and different things. But we do need to work on this year. So, it's kind of up to you guys how you want to tackle it, if you want to do one page or one park every meeting. And go through recommendations, because I would ask you to look at the recommendations that are currently there and see if those are still viable. Some of them are not anymore. They are things that we've already completed, or things that just don't make sense anymore. So we want to go through and update this so that the engineering team can update the whole park and trail plan in general and get us up to date more with that. So you guys kind of have some homework to do with that, and it might be easier to wait until the snow thaws so you can kind of go out to the parks and look at the amenities and see what you would recommend if we need to add amenities or we need to replace things. Public Works does check for replacement, and they check screws, nuts, bolts. They have a schedule of things that they check, so we don't really need to check that kind of stuff. But if you, for example, Vets Park, we're eventually going to need to replace the playground equipment out there. It's been there since I was little, so. But those are the kinds of things that we want you guys to think about, okay?
All right.
When was the last survey done, like regarding regional park?
What do you mean survey?
I don't
Oh, like a residential
Yeah, they did
survey?
like a residential
They
one.
did
just
that a
kinda-
long time ago, before a few years before I came.
I think that was around the first time I was on Park and Rec as a student liaison.
As a student, okay.
That was a while ago.
Yes. There is a plan for the regional park. I can certainly put that in the packet for next time, what the current plan is for the park.
I think that we should consider updating that since we haven't really done any work on it.
It's been updated recently by engineers and stuff, because we've been working on it, we're talking about the shelter.
Oh, I mean like a residence one. I
You
think-
want to do a survey for residents?
Yeah, I think just our population's gone up. We have plenty of new residents. We've seen a lot of people come in. We have 2 almost entirely new developments that have come in within the last handful of years even. So I personally think that it would be redundant to put together a plan for a park that is
Well, you guys can
at least a
always,
5-6-year-old plan.
I mean, you guys can certainly make like a survey monkey or something and put it up for people to do that.
And if I recall correctly, the first survey that was done, I don't remember it having that many people. do it.
I don't believe so.
So in a town of 3,000 people, and it was maybe 200 people, I don't think that accurately represents our town, but with the presence of social media being more prevalent nowadays.
Right, that could be increased quite a bit.
And
If
I
a
mean,
lot
worst
of
case
people
scenario,
attend.
it is a regional park, so it's not necessarily just our city people. So
Correct.
even our people that are gonna be on Facebook, they might not live in Montrose,
Yeah.
but they'll live close by.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But I can put together either like a Google survey or a Survey Monkey, and I can put that out within the next couple days.
If you want to do that, otherwise you can put together some questions and have everybody approve it and kind of go from there.
I did do just a Facebook poll fairly recently about the events.
Yep, I saw that.
People like the event stuff, but I
Yeah.
can put something out a little bit more formal, get the word out.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, and see what kind of things they want to see out at the regional park, since
Yeah.
nothing's set in stone.
Right, I would just hate to see
Right
us
now.
put a whole bunch of money into things that aren't necessarily important to people anymore.
I agree, that's a good idea.
Is that it for park and trails? Any other questions on that?
Nope, I would just ask that you guys continue to look at that, and perhaps at the next meeting we'll start talking about that.
All right, that actually, sorry, I am a cluster of thoughts today. It is my understanding that the council would like to reduce the meetings.
They would, they have decided that they would like to see meetings be only every other month.
I do intend to be present on Monday.
Okay.
I would just like to say, since, and I've talked to Nikki about this, I think that if we want to put more work into our park and trails plan, I think that last year should not really be a fair representation, or even past years should be a fair representation of what our park and rec committee has been, because Sue and I have only been here the last year. And a bunch of our meetings were canceled last year. Katie's going to be new. I have reached out to another person who's considering joining.
Okay.
I don't think we should make that decision yet. I would be open to looking at it maybe later, but since our committee is mostly new, I think maybe don't jump the gun.
Okay.
And
That sounds like a fair suggestion to me. I would also say that some of the council members noticed that a lot of our agenda items don't change, and if that is the case, meetings will be canceled.
I don't find that, I don't think that's unreasonable either.
Right. So
I just think that with the new
that's
committee,
kind of their thing.
yeah,
It's
and
all
I
about
agree to that.
That makes sense.
I respect that, I understand that. I just think that with this last year especially, we have a new committee, and it's been a COVID world, for lack of a better term. So I just don't think that necessarily the last year is fair representation, or even past years.
Okay.
I guess mine was just give the new committee a chance.
We can discuss with the council, and if you want to come to the meeting and speak at more open forum, or speak during the Park and Rec update, you can certainly do that.
I can speak at
Or
the Park and
you're
Rec
welcome to.
update if you guys are all right with that. I did plan on coming, I made sure I had the day off,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I think our committee is pretty important, and I guess I like I said, I understand that we're not doing
The
necessarily
council is
what
very
they're right now.
reasonable. I think they'd be open to that suggestion, and we just have to play it by ear and kind of see what's on the agenda going forward.
I'm
so.
kind of suspicious of that Nicole person.
I
I would have said the same thing if it was my mom sitting next to me. Sorry,
I
you
don't know
just,
who that Nicole is. I know. That's
All
right.
right.
but yeah,
I think that's
sounds
a
good.
fair suggestion.
I
Yeah.
like to think I'm a reasonable person. I'm kind of a jerk, but I'm pretty reasonable.
Andrew, I just want to throw it in there too, just real quick. That, even if we did go to like a bi-monthly thing, it wouldn't be impossible that if we needed an extra meeting
That we
to
can
get that
schedule.
set up.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, so
right.
that's not off the table either. So that's just in your guys'.
We're just trying to be efficient and do what's best.
Absolutely.
No, and I understand that there's like a fiscal concern with that too. I don't know about my fellow commission members. What is it, $20? It's not important to me. That check is still sitting on my fridge needing to be cashed. And honestly, you know what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna dump it into my fund that I used for the soccer program last year, and I'm gonna revamp it. So I'm just gonna keep putting it back towards the community. So I don't care about it. I don't know about Sue. If you care about it, go right ahead.
No, I don't. That's
Yeah,
not-
it's not so much about
Not
that
doing
that
anything.
piece of it. It's just, they noticed that the agendas didn't change a whole lot last year, and there was a lot of repeat stuff, and they were
Right.
kind of wondering why we weren't making any progress with like park and trail plan or anything like that. So they kind of were questioning that, but I think with some of our new commission members, and if you have some more people that you want to bring on, that's great. And, you know, more heads is better, and ideas and all that kind of good stuff. So
Yeah, I'm
I think
really,
that's what's.
I think that's a great suggestion, Ashley.
oh, that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I wish my mom was here to see that.
That's really sad, If that's the nicest thing somebody said to you.
I'm telling you, I'm not a nice person.
2 years, wow. Feel bad. All right.
No, I think, and it's nice, because Sue's a new resident too, and Katie's fairly new. You're, what, a year and a half, almost 2?
Yeah, year and a half.
And then I think Katie's got a handful of years. I've got 22 almost, so I don't know, it's nice to see new faces. I feel like even though I have 22 years, it doesn't really count because I just am a child.
Right.
All right, on to new business.
We're gonna skip 2021 appointments so that we can have the whole commission here for that.
Christmas decorating contest. Do we want everybody here for that too?
You
Or should
two
we-
and Katie were the only ones that went out and did that, and Sylvia said that she does not mind if you guys vote on that. So
Okay.
if you want to vote, and if you know what Katie kind of thinks,
I mean, she's listening, so she can give us her opinion.
Katie.
You still there, Katie? Oh, did she?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Did you mute to be safe?
Yes.
All right. Did I send you the pictures?
No, you didn't, but I uploaded some from Facebook. I looked at them. I mean, if you guys know which one you kind of liked,
I
go
don't
with
remember
that.
the addresses anymore.
Well, I still have them on my phone.
Okay,
They liked the houses that had music.
yes.
I'm indifferent.
Took a lot of
There's some
pictures.
really
It
good
looked like a lot
ones.
of people participated, and that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Where are that?
Let's see what I got here for that. I don't have my life together, guys. I'm sorry.
I remember there was one on the corner that had all kinds of lights and
So-
music.
First one was 135 Mindy Lane was one of them.
Oh, I love that house over here. Jesus.
And we also have would appear, I wrote down 606 Finch Court.
I don't think I saw that.
So those ones had our music. And then I think the other big one was 823. That one didn't have music, but 823 Emerson Avenue.
Yeah, they just won the Halloween contest.
Did they really?
Yes.
Way to know
Yeah,
how to
she goes-
decorate.
she goes all out.
She really does. She does a great job decorating.
That was
Jacobson.
Missy Jacobson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what did
She was
they
just
have
decked
there?
out, no music. It just,
Everything, yeah. She does a great job.
where did I just put that? That one. That was one of the ones I actually had to do a video for.
Yep. Yeah, that's really. Katie loves the two music houses. That's
what you just said?
Yep. Yeah, that's a nice one too. I agree. These ones were really great.
I like the music houses. I don't know, I'm pretty torn. Let me pull those back up so we can reference them again. Can we have co-winners? Is that a thing we can do? If I give the money for the second trophy?
Well, trophies are a
Like
very
$8.
minimal expense, yes.
Can we have co-winners?
I don't think it's against the rules, but we've never done that before. I'm not sure how to do that with the plaques and stuff. With the perpetual one that goes on the board. Take a look at 'em.
Yeah, I wanna see how much it is.
we could potentially do 2 plaques.
Or do it like last name household and last name household.
If you guys want to do that, that's up to you.
I just feel like it's really hard to choose between the two because
They're both really good.
one's not better than the other, is what I would say.
Yeah. What are the addresses for those 2?
135 Minnie Lane and 606 Finch Court.
Mhm.
Also, when does this video get uploaded?
This video?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and do it tomorrow. The
Should
one
we
from
maybe,
last night has been taking, it took all day.
I was gonna say, should we maybe try to tell them in person before they find it on a video?
I can wait to post the video until like Monday or Tuesday, whenever. I mean,
Okay.
I would like to post it probably sometime next week, but.
No, I get that 100%. I just would want them to find out before everybody
Yeah.
else found out. I don't think, but
Yeah, because you can, well, yeah, we could make a post on Facebook or something congratulating the addresses or.
yeah, that way we can, yeah. Just kind of because like when Missy did Halloween, we let her know first.
Yep, yep.
So I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the residents are at these addresses or who to contact.
Oh, I have no idea either. I can probably just knock on their door and be like, hey, you won.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 135 Moody and 606 Fitch. I think I will need a motion, well, do we need a motion?
Oh, that scared me.
Let's just do a motion to declare these guys the winner and approve the money to spend on the trophy and stuff.
Do we have to have a second and third place like we have before?
We don't have to, no. Mm-mm.
Do we want one too?
I think if we do the 2, I think that's good.
Alright.
It's up to you guys, I mean, there's no like real rules with this, so.
Do you want to do a 3rd place
Or even a second
or
place?
a 2nd place?
Because we normally pick our top 3s and then we'll just do a co-winners and a second place. So what do you think for a second place?
Is that the,
Are you looking at the pictures on your phone?
I'm trying to read the addresses.
What did we pick out? Which houses?
The Finch,
Finch
Finch Court.
Court and 135 Mindy.
Mindy Lane.
Those were your music homes. And I know you guys really liked the house that's over there. Because a little more classic.
And what was this one again?
One right there.
Without the music?
That's 823 Emerson Avenue.
Yeah. Those were my top 3, I think. So.
What was that other one? And then I know Katie's still texting me. She also really liked 155 2nd Street South. Had a little bit more traditional one. How was this one?
Yes, I was just looking at that one.
I'll walk around the table, guys. It just
Did
had a little
they
bit
have-
of some more traditional.
That's cute.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they
my
had
son
like the
doesn't do
manger
justice.
scene over here on one side of the driveway and then all kinds of lights on the other side, right?
That one.
Pretty sure.
So it was a little more classic, like.
3rd Street, is that what you said?
Which one?
Is that 3rd Street you're talking about? 2nd
It's
Street.
155 2nd Street South.
Oh, here it is. Yep.
It was like over there somewhere.
Yes. I got a video of it.
Yeah, I think I sent you guys most of
Had all the blow molds, yeah.
Yeah, and then also I'll order trophies, 2 trophies for the 2 winners, and then you guys can go out and congratulate them and take a picture.
Do we have a dummy trophy somewhere?
We do. I can get that before you leave. Okay. Great. Okay, so co-winners 135 Mindy Lane and 606 Finch Court, and second place 155 2nd Street South.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And then can I get a motion just to approve all that, and then we're gonna approve the money to spend?
Sure, I can make a motion to approve all that.
And
So the money to
okay.
spend
On the
And-
trophies.
and to declare 135 Mindy Lane and 606 Finch Court as our co-winners, and 155 Second Street South as a second place winner.
I'm not sure if I need a motion, but in case I do, you will have one.
Hey, just making sure.
Cover bases.
Then did you second that?
Yes.
I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have
Right,
it.
exactly. All right.
Yeah, that was really great. Lots of people did stuff. I think because of COVID, a lot of people in our neighborhood, in my neighborhood, I know the first year I was here, nobody did anything, but
Well, I
this
saw
year
that
there
there
There was
online
a lot
there.
more time on their hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, it was great. So, our Easter egg hunt in April.
All right, so it could be snowy and it could be cold. It could be an outdoor event. We are suggesting that we do pre-filled eggs. Using the old ones that we've used several times is probably not COVID safe, and we're not gonna collect them back.
I'll say, there's this really cool thing these days that's called sanitizer.
Do you really wanna sanitize every single egg though?
Just spray
There's-
'em.
There's a ton of them.
Opera.
There's like
Is it
1,000
gonna
of
be
them.
really spendy to get pre-filled eggs?
Well, and you may have to do it where it's like an RSVP thing, so you can limit the number of people that come. It's not gonna be the same as it's been in the years past, unfortunately.
No, I got it.
So, I don't know, if you guys wanna
Should we
discuss that
check
tonight.
on prices first of pre-filled eggs?
I've looked into them before. They are kind of spendy, but they're not, I mean,
Completely
yeah,
outrageous.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've bought them before
Yeah.
for Easter egg hunts, and, I mean, I guess it's just kind of
It
which one
depends
you get
how
too.
many you want and like how big of an egg you want, because some of them are large and they have lots of stuff in them, or they have small ones with like candy or smaller things in them, so. But I know some of the things, like the Halloween thing, they did a drive-through for that. I don't know if you could have the Easter Bunny out there handing out bags with the things.
That might not be a bad idea either.
So it's kind of up to you guys what you want to do, but.
We could do even like a little,
You won't be able to use the community center on the inside, so it's either gonna have to be outside or like a drive-through type thing where they can come and
I
collect.
was like, we might even be able to look at doing like an RSVP'd egg hunt, but for people that weren't able to attend the egg hunt, have like baggies ready for them.
Could do that,
That way, cause
because it's usually a highly attended event, and that's what we're a little concerned about, because we don't want a ton of kids out
I
there
was gonna
all
say,
on top of each other trying to
Did-
get eggs.
I did get some feedback that our events aren't always advertised the best.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that way
too.
people who are seeing it a little bit more last minute can still be included.
I like the Easter Bunny drive-by thing. That's pretty cool. And
As long as I get to be the
a lot
bunny.
more
Yeah,
people than-
well, yeah.
I've been pretty adamant on, I wanna be the bunny.
So,
Like maybe doing it in waves too, like only so many
Yeah,
people
right,
per
yeah.
time, just
yeah,
let the kids go in
instead
there
of
and
just
collect
having
it.
just one time, you can
Yeah.
have multiple times.
You're like, okay, we're
Keep
gonna
it
do
pretty short.
ages.
Obviously, it doesn't take long for kids
5
to
and under
snatch up
now.
eggs, I can tell you that.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we should have a meeting in March, because you will need to
Definitely
think
planning.
about this in the next month and kind of think about what you guys want to do and what you want to plan for this, because then we're going to need to figure out how much money we need to spend for it and what kind of advertising we want to do. Because the newsletter goes out March 15th, so we can include things in there.
All right. Let's hold it over then until March.
But yeah, just look into the pre-filled eggs and then
Yeah.
think about if you want to do different time slots and RSVPs for that, or have people sign up, or what you want to do.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Sorry, I am sidetracking a little bit between reading some stuff for people. So for April, would that mean having an April 1st meeting?
No, I mean, we'll have a meeting in March.
Oh, no, I know, I just meant to, because I know we had discussed, when we had previously discussed like having to actually fill eggs, we would probably do it like just right after a meeting. Will that be an April 1st meeting? I don't know.
Yes, we will be
Okay.
meeting on April 1st for a regular meeting
Okay.
likely.
I kind of assumed as much, but I didn't know if we, off the top of my head, if we did anything where it's first of the month, so we wait.
Oh, no.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Not
but-
unless it's like a holiday or something weird like that.
You mean April Fool's Day?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Does that count?
Oh, dang, not a real holiday?
Yeah, so we'd have a meeting March 4th and then April 1st. So in March, you'd probably need to make decisions and make some motions for money and decide concretely what you want to do so we can go
What?
forward.
Do you know off the top of your head what our normal budget is and how much we usually spend?
Normally they spend around like $400 for candy and stuff. So you could stay around there. I would assume you could go up a little bit from that as well.
I assume we'll kind of
Yeah.
have to.
Because of the situation and stuff, there's plenty of money available, so if you need to go up some, that's perfectly fine.
How many kids do we usually have attend?
That would be a good question for
Yeah,
Michelle.
I was gonna say, I attended it a couple of years ago. Not obviously last year, but the year before, and I mean, there was a good turnout event there.
Yeah, I've heard it's
Like
busy
more than a
event.
couple hundred?
I was plenty.
I don't know about that.
I would say probably around a couple hundred, maybe 150. something
No.
like
And
that.
I suppose I wasn't there
Developments.
super long either, so it was.
I
kind of
took a
those-
lot of pictures, I know that much. I saw a lot of kids,
It was awful, not
including my nephew who would
knowing
not take
any
a picture with
history
me.
and being part of it, and nothing last year.
Yeah, we didn't have anything
Uh-huh.
last year. So think about that in the next month and kind of do some research on pre-filled eggs and how many things you want to do and get people signed up.
Okay, so we'll come back and get some more numbers. Who knows, even by then, maybe COVID will just not be a thing anymore. I doubt that's gonna happen, but fingers crossed.
That's right.
Yeah. Next.
Social media policy reminder.
Okay, I just have to remind you that you are agents of the city, so you need to interact on Facebook as an agent of the city. So please just be careful what you say and use appropriate language, appropriate punctuation, just make a proper type post. I know.
Have you seen my mom type anything before?
Well, this is the official policy and as an agent of the city, you should be following it.
Oh, no, I just meant a punctuation. Like, have you seen my mom write before?
No obscene stuff anymore, huh? I
Yeah,
got it.
well, a lot of people don't use a whole lot of punctuation anymore. I don't think that's as big of a deal, but just
No, I
making
just thought it
sure
was
it's
funny.
correct and grammatically correct and making sure, especially if you're posting something about Park and Rec, making sure that you're making, putting the city in a good light like that and not,
Yes.
All right, who'd I make mad?
no. We just want to make sure that everybody knows because I know you guys are active on social media, so.
I've not done my nose.
No, it really wasn't any specific event, we were just like, you need to make sure that everybody knows this so that they're careful, because you can get in trouble with this kind of stuff with the city legally, so.
Yep.
Just be careful and be cognizant of what you are posting.
Well,
Anybody have anything else they want to discuss?
I think we're good.
Our next meeting date will be, what did I say, March 4th.
That's what I wrote down.
All right.
And for the agenda, we're going to put the parking trail plan update. We'll talk about the Easter egg hunt,
Oath of office for Katie.
oath of office for Katie.
2021 appointments.
Yep, 2021 appointments. And then if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, just email me or get a hold of me during the month. Or, yeah, me. Yes,
somebody had asked about the dog park.
yes, I saw that. Wait, that has been discussed a lot. There are issues surrounding dog parks.
It costs a lot of money for the insurance.
Well, that, it's, you know, they have certain fencing requirements. We likely have to hire somebody to clean up the poop because people don't do that.
You know what we should do? There are apartment buildings that do this, but just like when you register your dog, get your dog's mouth swabbed, and if you don't pick up your dog's mess, then they get fined.
That's a
That's a
whole
lot.
lot.
People also do not register their dogs,
Fair enough.
so.
I was like, it works.
Well, sometimes people just let their dogs go without watching,
Yeah.
and you
Well-
just don't know sometimes.
And I saw one of the comments that they go to the Orno one and you have to pay for that, and that might be, you know, I mean, that would probably be the only way we could open one, because we'd need revenue to pay an employee to go there and clean it up, because,
Right.
you know, it's gross to have the dog feces everywhere, and, I've heard the one in Buffalo is kind of, has that problem, so.
I think,
Most dog parks do, it's horrible.
Right, so, and in Orno, they likely hire somebody to clean up, if they're charging, so.
And in all honesty, I have seen way many people walking their dogs out here
they don't
and they
clean up
don't
anyways.
clean up
Yeah.
as they're walking them. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, and then there's dog
there are
behavioral
things-
problems, you know,
yeah.
dog bites somebody or somebody's dog bites your dog or
Right.
whatever, you know, I mean, there's a whole handful of issues. We have talked about it in the past.
I think a dog park would be cool, obviously. I don't necessarily think it's feasible for a town of 3,000 people.
Not at this point. Perhaps someday in the future.
Maybe when we are resurveying, that, I gotta write that down. When we resurvey regional park, thoughts and comments, we can see what that thinks.
Yeah, put that on there as one of the things, because I know that is an important thing for people, and, you know, we try to be accommodating, but again, we are a small town, we don't have millions to be spending on parks and dog parks
Oh.
and different things, splash pads, all that kind of stuff, so
But maybe that'd be something that we could even team up with like Waverly on.
perhaps. in
I don't
the
know,
future.
I don't know if there's any kind of,
That might be a good idea.
I don't know.
Halfway in between or something.
I don't know if there's
An
any
area.
land.
let me
for
just see
that.
if, what else.
Yeah, but,
And then if we charged, we could do like a residence charge versus like a
Right,
non-resident
like-
and just be like, hey, we'll give your people the residence charge.
yeah, those are things to think about for the future.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that people want to use it and I completely would love that idea.
There
Just not
are,
necessarily
there's a lot of dogs in town, and I
Yeah.
get it. But we've kind of talked about it, and there's a lot of hurdles to go over, before we get to that point, so.
That's what I worry about, is all the behind the scenes and
Mhm.
legal things
Right.
attached to it, you know.
So, it's definitely something to put on the survey, and we'll talk about it, and so. All right, one last thing, I wanted to let you guys know that I have been appointed as city administrator, and I will no longer be attending these.
No
meetings.
way.
Why can't you still attend?
I have a lot of other things going on.
Oh, that's not
Once a
right.
month.
It's a lot still. It's a lot with all the council meetings, and this is usually right when council meetings are happening. Deb and I have been crazy busy all week attending meetings and preparing for the meetings coming up next week with council and planning and zoning. So
Hold on,
it's
who are they
it's a
sending?
lot.
Well,
Who are they sending?
congratulations. That's awesome.
Temporarily, it will be Miss Manson. After that, it'll be whoever replaces me, once we get them
Okay.
trained in to come and do this. So maybe a couple months with Miss Manson, and then after that, it'll be my replacement.
Okay,
Good for you.
Thanks.
congratulations, happy for you.
Mhm. Very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big change, it's a big move, it's, yeah,
Mhm.
so. But unfortunately, yeah, it's either gonna be Wayne or Webby coming to meetings, so.
Can we do Wayne?
We'll talk about it, but it'll probably be Miss Hanson. All right. Get a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:09.
Make a motion to let us go home at 6:09.
I'll second that.